Women's 1500 freestyle, 30 links of the pool to find a national champion. Got three of the fastest 25 women in American history in the water. Kensey McMahon, Sierra Schmidt, and Erica Sullivan. Of course, Maddy Gough, the Olympic trials champion in Australia, 8th at the Olympic Games in this event. Leading the way, 50 meters, always too early to tell, but that's Kristen Staggy, 21-year-old from University of Tennessee, 16:20.55 her seed time. Sullivan and Guff, the only two in the field that have broke that 16-minute mark in their careers. Steggy continue to lead, 102.86 at the first 100. Second place is Kayla Hahn, 22nd fastest 13 and 14 national age grouper. One of the youngest competitors in this entire field. Has swum quite a few events already. Including the 200 IM this morning. Women's 1500 freestyle not just happening right now, it happened earlier today, and those times are still eligible for any position. We saw it earlier this week as the afternoon swims found their way onto the podium. Kevin Gormson with the fastest time earlier today, 16:30.65. So we'll keep an eye on her splits. Kensey McMahon in the lead, 2:08.19. Just to give you some scope, Kevin Gormson, the 17-year-old of Long Island Aquatic Club, right in the mix here. She was 2:09.8. Very possible for her to find her way to a medal in the 1500. And settling in, 32.3. 32.5, 32.4, 32.3 on our last 350s. Second place is Maddy Gough, the Australian, who's been 32.6, 32.7, and 32.5. So some consistent swimming from those two ladies. They begin to separate themselves ever so slightly. Man leads. Guff in second. Erica Sullivan has been quietly passing one lady at a time over the past few 50s, moved up into 4th place now. Sierra Schmidt in 3rd. University of Alabama Swim Club, Kensey McMahon, seated with a 16:09.80, 25th fastest woman in American history, right now leading at the 400-meter mark. Let's check the split. 4:17.90, 4:18.60 for Guff. Schmidt still sitting in 3rd. Mariah Denigan sitting in 4th. Far too early to count anyone out of this race. the 500-meter mark. Actually, a third of the way through. 5:22.94, still holding right at that 32 mid-range. 32.3, 32.3, 32.4 for McMahon over the past few 50s. Guff about the same. 32.4, 3, 4, and then a 32.1 heading into that 500-meter mark. She's only a quarter of a second back from the lead of McMahon. Guff now takes the lead, 32.3. McMahon's 32.6, flipping the script, going from 0.2 of a second back to 1/10 of a second ahead. Keep an eye on lane 7. Denigan second in the 800 freestyle. 16:13.09, her personal best time. Very much within striking distance as this has not even reached the halfway point. Guff in the lead, McMahon quarter of a second back. Denigan 2 seconds back of Guff. Erica Sullivan, Sierra Schmidt still very much in the mix in the middle of the pool. Sullivan, who's sitting in 5th right now, the second fastest woman in American history, second only to your world record holder. Katie Ledecky's 15:20.48. Ledecky owns almost every single one of the top performances in the top 20 in this event. She's also the fastest in the world this year. Katie Grimes, another American, second fastest in the world this year, as the two went 1-2 at World Championships in Budapest. A lot of swimming still to go, but we're coming up on the halfway point of this women's 1500 freestyle. Guff almost a second of a lead now. Denigan not going anywhere, exactly where she was a few hundreds ago, just over 2 seconds out. Erica Sullivan has made the pass on Sierra Schmidt now. Sullivan splitting a 32.5 consistently. Guff splitting 32.3. That is officially the halfway mark now. McMahon 1 second out of that lead. Denigan 2.5 seconds out of the lead. Maddy Gough, the Australian 23-year-old, leading the way. Here we come to the 800-meter mark. And Erica Sullivan continues to slowly reel her way back in toward that lead. Guff 8:36.89 at the 800. McMahon in second. Denigan in third. Denigan and McMahon battling there in lanes 7 and 6. Will Denigan make the pass here? Not quite. 1/100th of a second from passing Kensey McMahon at the University of Alabama Swim Club. McMahon, bronze in the 400, bronze in the 800. An Olympic trials finalist in this event. Silver medal in the 1500 at the 2019 Nationals in Stanford. Maddy Gough continuing to hold a steady lead 900 meters down. Denigan has moved up into second place, continuing to split right where Guff is. Guff showing a little bit of a sign of slowing, as that's one of the first times she's been north of 32.5. Denigan a 32.3. Still 2.5 seconds separating the two. Here comes the 1,000 meter mark, meaning 500 meters left. 2/3 of the way through our top seeded 1,500. Guff 32.4, Denigan 32.3. Another 1/10 of a second off of that lead for Guff. But Denigan may be running out of time if she's gonna reel in the Aussie in lane 3. Sullivan continues to sit in 4th, McMahon in 3rd. Final 400 meters now for your leader. Maddy Gough, 32.2 for her. 32.4 for Denigan, now sitting at 3 seconds back from Guff's lead. 400 meters remaining. Right now, the pace here means that all 3 medals look to be coming out of this swim, this race rather. Guff 32.2. Continuing to be steady and hold that lead. The Australian Olympian in this event has been as fast as a 15:46.13. Second fastest of the personal bests in the field. Denigan, a championship finalist in the 400 free and 400 IM, and then, as we mentioned earlier, silver in the 800 freestyle. Denigan looks like she's hit a little bit of a different gear here as we're in the final 300 meters of this 1,500 freestyle. Guff a 32.3. Denigan a 32.2. Gonna have to do bigger chunks than that if you're gonna reel in your leader. But when it comes to the national championships, we have seen bigger comebacks. Guff breathing towards Denigan, keeping a close eye on her as she approaches the final 200 meters. 32.4 on that 50, 32.3. Denigan continues to eat into the lead, but it still sits at 3 seconds. Now trending towards low 16 minutes on the final time for Guff. Guff 32.1, Denigan 31.9. Denigan continuing to accelerate. But Maddy Gough just has a dominant lead. Very hard to imagine that that lead could be overcome. There it is, the bell lap for lane 3. Now the bell for lane 7. Guff still sitting at a 32.3. Final 100 meters for these 1,500 swimmers. And Maddy Gough hang on to win. Guff accelerating, 32.0 on that. Mariah Denigan, very, very close to a personal best time. 16:13.09 for Denigan is her personal best. 19-year-old from Walton, Kentucky, by way of Indiana Swim Club. But right now, it is all the Australian Maddy Gough winning the 1500, 16:07.34. Denigan, second place with a new best time, 16:12.44. And your bronze medalist will be Kensey McMahon at a 16:16.22. Here comes Erica Sullivan, 16:26.90 for her. A 16:30.45 for Kristen Steggy. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for our distance swimmers in the women's 1500 freestyle, including your winner from Australia, Maddy Gough.